Grammar. For a lot of young English learners, let's be honest, it can feel like the biggest, most confusing hurdle. So when a digital course comes along claiming it has a new way to teach it, you gotta ask, what's the secret? Well, we're about to dive in and see how a fresh approach is finally making one of the trickiest parts of English just click for middle schoolers.
So, why is English grammar so notoriously tough? I mean, think about it. Try explaining the real difference between I will go and I am going to go. It can stump most native speakers. So, imagine you're a student just starting out. That little difference, it can be super, super frustrating. And that frustration really hits its peak during what we could call the middle school grammar hurdle. Right around grades 5 to 8, kids are expected to jump from knowing words to understanding the complex architecture of how sentences actually work. Things like verb tenses require some pretty abstract thinking, and that's a huge developmental leap for a young brain. To help students make that leap, some really cool new solutions are popping up. The one we're looking at today is an e-learning course that's designed to tackle this problem head-on. It basically swaps out the old one-size-fits-all textbook for a super targeted digital tool that's built for how kids actually learn today. The real power of this course is in its simple, predictable structure. Every single lesson is built on the same 3 pillars. First, you get clear objectives. You know exactly what you're going to learn. Second, they break down the core concept. And third, you get to apply it right away with interactive practice. It's a framework that's all about building confidence through repetition.
Okay, so that sounds good in theory. But what does it actually look like in practice? Let's break down a perfect example from the course, a lesson on the future simple tense. And you know this one, it is a classic stumbling block for so many students.
First things first, the course starts with a really clear, simple foundation. The future simple is for things that haven't happened yet. That's it. By starting there, it avoids any immediate confusion and just sets a baseline. The real teaching, though, happens in the next step, where it pulls apart the 2 main ways we express this simple idea. And here it is. This is the key distinction that makes it all click. Will is for spontaneity, on-the-spot decisions or predictions. Like you're looking at a menu and you say, I'll have the pizza. On the other hand, be going to is for plans you've already made. I'm going to visit my cousins next week. This focus on context, not just memorizing rules, is what really helps students finally get it. It's a game changer. So they use that same structured approach to make sense of the past too. Let's see how the course handles another common challenge, the past simple tense. And once again, it all starts with a firm baseline. The past simple is for actions that are completely finished, done, over. That emphasis on completed is so critical because it separates this tense from others that talk about ongoing stuff in the past. Once that foundation is set, then the lesson gets into the how. Now, this is where the visual design becomes a really powerful teaching tool. It doesn't just give you a long, boring list of verbs. No way. It categorizes them side by side. On one side, you have the predictable, regular verbs where you just add ed, and on the other, you have the irregular verbs, the ones that kind of break the rules. And this isn't just about memorization. It's about helping students see the patterns and, just as importantly, spot the exceptions. So what makes all of this actually stick? Well, it's the combination of all these tools. A lesson isn't just a list of rules. It starts with a clear goal. Then maybe a cool animation visually breaks down a confusing concept. That idea is then tied to practical, relatable examples. And it all ends with an activity where students can actually test what they've learned. It's a full circle learning process. And all of this, the structure, the visuals, the practice, it's all serving one ultimate goal. Because let's face it, learning grammar isn't about filling out worksheets. It's about taking these abstract rules and turning them into real-world communication. It's about being able to confidently have a conversation. A line from the course's own material sums it up best. The goal is to bolster students' grammatical accuracy and overall communicative competence. Notice the 2 parts there. It's not just about being correct, it's about being understood. It's that perfect marriage of precision and confidence. So the big takeaway here is this. A clear, structured, and repeatable approach can take something as intimidating as English grammar and turn it into a tool for confident communication. In the end, the methodology, it's everything. This leaves us with a final, much bigger question.
As we look at all the challenges in education, could this kind of clear, structured digital framework be the key to unlocking not just grammar, but all sorts of complex subjects? It really poses the possibility that the future of instruction might be less about the subject itself and more about the system we use to teach it.